Masturbating without porn. What really happens to your brain? Here's a question most people never think to ask. What if the thing you're using to feel good is actually making it harder to feel good? Sounds like a paradox, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you might completely rethink one of the most common habits on the planet. We're talking about masturbation, and more specifically, what happens when you do it without porn? The answer might genuinely surprise you. Let's start with the obvious question. If not porn, then what? The answer is simpler than you think your imagination. Now, that might sound almost old-fashioned in a world where you can find anything on the internet within seconds. But here's the thing. Your mind is actually the most powerful tool you have. When you masturbate without porn, you're no longer just staring at a screen. You're tapping into your creativity, connecting more deeply with your own body, and engaging all of your senses. You're also free from the endless scroll through content you didn't even plan to watch. And hey, you're saving money on those monthly subscriptions too. That's a win on every level. Desensitization, the hidden problem. Now here's where things get really interesting. Did you know that watching too much porn can actually make pleasure feel less pleasurable over time? This is called desensitization. Your brain gradually stops responding the way it used to. Things that used to excite you start feeling boring. And the reason comes down to one brain chemical, dopamine. Dopamine is what makes you feel pleasure and reward. Every time you watch porn, your brain gets a hit of it. But when you keep flooding your brain with that same hit over and over, it starts to adjust. It lowers its sensitivity. Suddenly, normal things, a real connection with someone, your favorite food, even music you love, don't feel as satisfying as they used to. Reaching orgasm without porn gives your brain a chance to reset. It's like clearing the cache. You're allowing your mind to become naturally aroused again, from the inside out, instead of depending on a screen to do it for you. The addiction risk. Here's something important to understand. Masturbation on its own isn't the problem. The issue is what porn does to it. Porn supercharges the experience in a way that makes your brain start chasing bigger and more intense content just to feel the same level of excitement. Over time, this can become compulsive. You're no longer watching because you want to, you're watching because you feel like you have to. Removing porn from the equation lowers that risk significantly. Without the constant flood of new and extreme content, your brain stops chasing novelty. You're less likely to spiral into compulsive behavior, and you're more likely to feel satisfied with what's natural and real. What it does for your relationships. This is the part that really hits close to home for a lot of people. Neuroscientist and podcast host Andrew Huberman has pointed out that when your brain learns to get aroused by watching other people have sex, that response doesn't automatically carry over to real, one-on-one intimacy with another person. And that's a serious issue. When porn becomes your brain's main reference for what's exciting, real relationships can start to feel underwhelming by comparison. Not because anything is wrong with your partner, but because your brain has been trained to expect something else entirely. Cutting out porn and letting your imagination lead instead can gradually reverse this. It helps you reconnect with real intimacy, feel more present with a partner, and rediscover the kind of pleasure that doesn't need a screen to exist. So here's the bottom line. Masturbating without porn isn't some strange or impossible challenge. It's actually one of the simplest ways to reset your brain, protect your relationships, and feel more in tune with your own body. The mind is powerful, and sometimes giving it the space to work on its own without artificial stimulation is exactly what it needs. Have you ever tried this? Did it make a difference for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's have an honest conversation about something most people are too afraid to talk about. Take care of yourselves. You deserve it.